Welcome to Painted Forest Art. Today's project is going to be a little bit different from some of my other videos because it's a project that I have already started. I'm not beginning from scratch, and it is this 3-pane picture, sort of an imaginary landscape from a terrace area. But I'll show my process from there, and let's get started. So this pane of glass, ignore the dog barking. Birch! Alright, better. So this pane of glass with the sky and the green is actually pretty well done. That's about all I wanted to do with it. And then this one just needs some second coat so that it's more opaque, that the framing and stuff is more opaque. Really, most of the painting that I need to do is on the third pane of glass.
The main section I need to paint is the terrace part itself, and I kind of imagine this as a terracotta tile. And since this is going on the back of a pane of glass, I have to reverse paint it on. So I start with the top layer, which is the tiles. And I got the idea for this painting from watching Monty Don's Italian Gardens on Netflix a while ago, and I highly recommend that show if you need some relaxing time, because it is just interesting commentary on a bunch of staggeringly beautiful places, which is one of my favorite genres of show. This is my fantasy take on an Italian-style terrace overlooking a hilly landscape, and today's bit of etymology is that a terrace is a flat area that's usually paved and next to a building. It's synonymous with patio and veranda, and I learned that the word terrace is actually from the Old French in about the 16th century, and it literally meant a rubble platform, and it's based on the word terra for earth.
So I decided that the grout essentially behind these tiles should be about the same color as the railing, and this was a color that I had mixed a long time ago out of acrylic paints, so I'm going to try to mix something similar to it now. We'll see how this goes. That might be too much yellow. Let's see. Way too much yellow. But I need quite a bit of this color, so that's alright. That is actually pretty darn close. Cool. Perfect. Alright, good. And although actually that's a secondary color, it's actually a little bit different than what's on the front, but that's alright. It will still work. And excuse my dogs in the background because they have a long-standing feud with the neighbor dog, who they of course must bark at every opportunity. So the reason I'm not just coloring the whole thing in is because I'm not sure how long this paint is going to last me, and I at least want to get the coat that's going to be seen all the same color, and then I'll cover it over with another layer later if need be, but those can be slightly different colors and you won't see them, so it won't matter. Alright, so now I'll let that dry for a bit. Got a little bit of the color left over, but not enough to to do a second coat, that's okay, because I got it covered where it mattered, and I'll be able to do a second coat later.
And here I'm just painting in the stems of the little potted trees and the pots for them.
So now I'm just putting the front onto the pots and making sure it's got a good second layer so it's not too translucent.
Here's the second or third coat for the framing part, and I just wanted it so it's not so see-through and you can't see all of the brush strokes as easily. With this, I've got the painting part about done, and then I take it downstairs to the workshop area and frame it in.
Hi, thank you so much for sticking around to see what the piece looks like. I really enjoyed this one, partly because it's always nice to finish up projects that have been sitting around, and partly because since it's a kind of realistic landscape, it reminds me a little bit of being able to travel and get out and see new places. So here we are. Try not to get it. And since it's 3 panes deep, it is a bit thicker than I usually do, but it has a bit more depth to it, and you can see how it changes a bit as as you move around the piece. So thank you so much for watching. As usual, in the comments below, let me know how you use your creative side. Thank you so much. Bye.
Please subscribe. Bye.